There we go. How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggly. Boom. And today we're getting it played with a very different game, for that matter. We are doing some Magic the Gathering, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles co-op team up, dropping the manual on today's stream. So Magic, for most people, they know it as a versus battler game. It's a game that I never got into because I played with the wrong people, and that's really what happens with a lot of people with Magic. But I figured, I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, don't have much with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They came out with a new team-up co-op mode. There have been other co-op modes, and you can't get them. They're just next to impossible to print. But of course, you can print out proxy cards and whatnot. And I'm debating if I feel like I like this, and if you guys like this, what is going on here, I might make the proxies and either do it with the Turtles, or maybe I'll pick up some of the Marvel decks, because right now you can get a Marvel starter pack, and it comes with like 2 tutorial decks plus decks that you can mix and match for like 20-25 bucks. It's really a really good deal, and comparing it to this, and I guess I'll do that as part of my first impressions, it seems like a much better box than this, but this has the game mode, right? So this has the co-op game mode that we're going to be playing. One other thing I want to point out, you can see some fancy smancy packs here. I don't need these packs. These packs serve no purpose to me. Yes, I could open them. Yes, I could try to make decks. I'm not going to do that. So what does that mean to you guys? All 4 of these packs will be put up for culling for charity. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'll probably do all 4 packs. You go out, you make a donation to Children's Miracle Network for the small, medium box donation level, which is like 20 bucks. And I'll send you out 4 packs of Magic cards. So that's it. That's what it is. Do not have it in the chat. David will get here and do it, but otherwise it is currently in the description. Just click the link. Go out to the Extra Life page, give me your address info, and say you want the Magic the Gathering packs, and I will send them to you. So basically free Magic the Gathering. I say free Magic the Gathering cards. Cheap Magic the Gathering cards, right? You get 4 packs for 20 bucks. It's not a bad deal. All right, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and flip over. I'm going to try to make my way through this because first impressions, I'll let you know, the rules book is horrendous. You can go out and watch Z's playthrough as well. Also, I probably should have grabbed, I'm using my Extra Life D20, which will work fine. There were no spin down dice. You get these little paper thingies. I'm not using those. So we're going to use our Extra Life dice. So we are playing with Leonardo and Michealangelo. You, of course, get Raphael and Donatello in the box as well. We have our boss cards here. When you set up the game, you're going to go through 3 levels of bosses. You have your first boss is going to be out on the play. Then we'll have 2 bosses, and in the final round, we will have 3 bosses. Probably have to start sliding things over as need be. I can go ahead and slide over now. So I need to discard behind my face anyway. So on the boss's turn, they're going to draw 2 event cards. We're going to do what the event cards say. It's either going to tell us to have something happen, or it's going to put out a creature into play that eventually can attack us or defend for the boss. Really no difference. We do need to get through 20 hit points for the boss to go to the next 2 bosses, go through that 20 hit points, to go through the next 3 bosses, go through that 20 hit points. We win the game. We combined, Leonardo and Michealangelo as a team combined only have 20 hit points as well. The rest of it, I guess, is the same as Magic, because again, have not played Magic in a long time, and the rulebook doesn't tell me. 1, 2, 3. I don't even tells me how many cards to draw. That's a good question. I didn't even pay attention to that. I did go online. Online said draw 7. Play area, 4 players without looking, 20 health. Each player chooses a turtle, moves the double-sided tokens, shuffles, and puts it into play. Yeah, it doesn't say in the rule book. Again, I don't want to give my first impressions now, but that is so... This is a game not for Magic players. This is marketed and sold and should be a good entry point for people. And it is not. Look, I must really want to keep this game. 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I sleeved it. I even got color sleeves to match my turtles. Rulebook sounds horrible. It is. There's no rules. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to be honest with you, Steve. There's no rules. There's a rule that tells you to draw cards for the boss. That's all the rules. That's literally all the rules. All right. So we got Mikey here. We got Leo. We got some bosses over there. I'm going to tell you, I thematically set this deck up. There are a couple other bosses that could randomly be chosen if you shuffled and whatnot. This is thematic. One is the cheapest guy I could find, which was Baxter. My second set's going to be, of course, Rocksteady and Bebop. And then my third one's, of course, going to be Shredder, Krang, and the girl. I forget the girl's name. All right, so let's see what Baxter does. Baxter boss, creatures named Foot Disciples have flying. I don't know what flying does. I'm guessing flying, you can't hit a flying creature unless you have flying? I don't know what flying does. How am I supposed to know what flying does, guys? Maybe Steve will tell me. Flying means you can't block unless you have flying. Okay. Good to know. Good to know that Steve's in the chat and is going to tell me what all the keywords mean. Good to know that I can also hit my deck of cards and make them go everywhere. Oh, this is horrible. Horrible start. I did watch Dale the Casual Gamers playthrough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put too many cards back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. We will have Leo go first. So we do have a land. Go ahead and put a land into play. Can we play anything? Featherbrain, Felcher, creature, bird, flying. Hey! Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and put the Featherbrain Felcher into play for Leo. All right, it's Mikey. Got our forest. Can he play anything? I don't think he can do anything. Now, Mikey can't do a thing, so Mikey is done. All right, we go to the boss. First one, Foot Skirmisher. I'm probably going to need to, like, put this some other way, because I need to be able to put those guys up there. Foot Skirmisher, creature, ninja, flying. He was already flying. This creature can't be blocked. See, now here it says, so normally on the cards I've seen a lot of times they do put it, but here they've got the keyword, but they didn't put the parentheses like they did here. This creature can't block, but it can't block either. So it can't be blocked except for by flying creatures, and it can't block the boss. All right. Second card, Event, Villain Mayhem. As a team, the heroes choose 3 creatures they control, destroy each other creature the heroes control. So we choose 3 creatures that they control. So I choose this. Destroy each other hero. There's no other creatures there, so I guess that whiffs. Because there is no other creature. I chose this. It's my only creature I can choose. Sure. All right. So we got a Last Ronin's Technique. And pretty great starting pool. And then that. All right, so he's a 2-1. I'm a 0-2, so I can't even attack. Really, the only thing this does is defend. Okay. So let's go ahead and get us a second land. All right, let's get us something out there that can attack. I can't play anything that can attack. So, back to Mikey. So we now have 2. We can do Tenderize Instant. Target creature you control deals damage. We don't have any creatures. Zoo Escape, creature, Boar Rhino. When this creature leaves the battlefield, create a mutagen token. It's an artifact with a 1, I guess, refresh. Sacrifice this token, put a 1/1 counter on a target. Alright, so I could do that. Sure. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put the Zoo Escapees out there. We can't do anything. Yeah, can't do anything. First one. So, Foot Enforcer, creature, ninja. This creature can't block. This creature can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Event, Slashes Smash. Destroy all turtles. We don't have any turtles. All right. This one gets to attack. We're going to go ahead and defend with Featherbrains. He doesn't do that. Basically, nothing happens. Because Featherbrains can't attack back, but at least he can defend. But no, it's equal. If it's equal, we get knocked out, right? Yeah. Right, I think if it's equal, we get knocked out. Yeah, so we get knocked out. All right, and this one can't attack because it's has summoning exhaustion. All right. Now we're up to 3 planes. Leo's Guidance, instant. Put a 1/1 counter on each of 3 targets. I don't even have that. Go ahead and do Triceraton Regenta. Creature Vigilance. Attacking doesn't cause this creature to tap. Whenever this creature attacks, untap up to 1 other creature. Ooh. Problem is, I can't attack him. How do I attack him? Oh no, Foot Disciple. He's not a Foot Disciple. So he already had flying, but he's adding flying to Foot Disciples. Alright. So all we have is 2. Target creature your controls deal damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. Does that override... Well, Jesse does damage, right? That's all I can do is tenderize. Target creature I control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. Does the instant override flying? I'm going with probably not. This creature can't block. It does. It does override. Okay, so an instant would override that. It's direct damage, not attack. Does damage accumulate? Like, can I put damage? They didn't give me any damage tokens, so I'm guessing no. You have to have enough to take them out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do Tenderize then. Damage does not accumulate. Okay, so I have to... Holy cow! So I have to do 3 damage to get rid of him, but he's doing 6 attack. I don't like him. All right, so we'll go ahead and Tenderize. We will have Zoo Escapees take out the Foot Ninja. All right. And I want the Zoo Escapees attacking wouldn't do me any good because he's just going to defeat them. But then I do get my Mutagen in. No, we're not going to attack. All right, event, Villain Infiltration. As a team, the heroes choose a creature with the greatest power and destroy it. So they're both 2. We'll go ahead and destroy the Zoo Escapees, which will get us a Mutagen token. Mutagen artifact. For 1, I can discard it to sacrifice his token and put a 1/1 counter on a target creature. All right. Event, Villain Scheme. Shuffle this card and the graveyard back into the library. So it does keep resetting the deck. So the deck will just keep resetting because we got to reshuffle. Shuffle. All right. Back up. All right, attack. He's going to attack. I either take the 6 damage or I lose my dinosaur. Because he's doing 6. He's just taking out whatever I have until I can get rid of him. I need him to be a 1/1. So I could use the Mutagen in to do the 1/1 to take him out, but then I get taken out. So I think I'm going to do that on the next turn. So we'll go ahead and take the 6, take us down to 14. All right, back to us. And draw a card for Mikey. Likey. Hey, we got another bird brain. All right, so we have 4 planes. Up to 4 planes to spend. So 4, Last Ronin technique, instant. Sneak 1. You may cast a spell for 1. If You also return an unblocked attacker you control to your hand. Create 3/1/1 White Ninja Turtle Spirit tokens. If this spell's sneak cost was paid, they enter tapped and attacking. Huh? If it was paid, I get that. They enter tapped and it. Okay, so they enter and just attack. Okay. If I can pay the extra 1, which I can't right now because I only have 4. So I think I want to hold on to that. So this is for creature, bird, spirit, avatar, flying, which we need for that. Vigilance. Alliance. Whenever another creature you control enters, it gets a +1/+0 until the end of the turn. Leo's Guidance. Put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 3 target creatures and untap them. I see Team NT. I watch. Hello, it's been a while. Hey, Shadow. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? I don't know what Vigilance is. So we'll go ahead and do her for the 4. So that uses all my planes. Alright, so she's got Summoning Sickness. Alright. And Mikey is really suffering with his lands. Alright, so we're going to sacrifice this. We're going to put a 1/1 counter on this one. I don't have 1/1 counter. I've got the ones they came up with, but I don't have like good 1/1 counter, so we're just going to put a die down there for 1/1 counter. I was hoping for a different Team NT game, but Magic is okay, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. My problem is I've not played Magic, and they did not build this as a entry to Magic or an entry to at all. You have to know how to play Magic to play this, so I'm learning how to play Magic. Luckily, Steve's here. Vigilance means you can attack without tapping. Okay, so she can attack without tapping. She only attacks for 2, though. All right. Mikey and Mona enter. Choose one or both. Each mode must target a different player. Well, he can only do 2s. Well, this sucks. Mikey has nothing. I need 3 across the board. So Mikey can't do anything. Mikey boosted Regenta, I guess. All right. So Regenta is going to attack. Whenever this creature attacks, untap one other target creature, which I can't because she came in exhausted. Oh, it even says it on this one. I hate games. Pokemon did the same thing. I hate when you give me word on one card, but you don't another, because I guess you're strapped for space. Get rid of the flavor text. Like, I don't need that flavor text. I would rather know what Vigilance does and what Flying does than this flavor text. Oh, oh man. Pokemon does the same thing. They started doing the same thing. They just expect everybody to know. All right, so we're going to attack. They're going to attack. 3, 3, 6, 2. Everybody's dead. Everybody dies. All right. Same, I hate that. Yeah. Well, and the only thing worse than that is Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Shadow, I don't know if you've seen Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They have an entire book for their flavor text, and it's very tiny. This creature can't block. It is a foot disciple, which means now he has flying. So they have flying. I cannot take this one out. Well, I can. I can take that out with Avatar. All right. Event, Rocksteady's Beatdown. Destroy all creatures with flying. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, there it goes. Especially when I got a Final Fantasy Commander. Yeah, so I think that's the problem they have. They're introducing these, and again, I'll go over it again in my first impressions, but they've got all of these new IPs they're bringing in to get more people to play Magic. And the problem is, they're not telling people how to play Magic. And there's not like an easy one. I think the goal is to have a card in play. Yes, to have cards in play, yeah. All right, Leo, what you going to do? So we got this Mechanized Ninja Cavalry. When this creature enters play, create a 1/1 colorless. We're going to definitely do that. We're going to use 2 to play him. Create a 1/1 robot. That's not a robot. That's a robot. We have an artifact token that's a 1/1. So now we have cannon fodder. We have 2 more. We'll go ahead and put Bird Brained out there for 1. Flying, so he can at least attack him. I just have to get him 3. I have to get him +3. Holy cow. I don't think that's happening. All right, Mikey finally has 3 lands. Target player chooses a creature they control and puts a 1/1. Okay, so this one says they control. The other one didn't say. It just said any. So that's not going to help us. Or target player returns a creature or land from their graveyard to their hand. Or land. This is not a land. So it would be our rhinos. Which gives me another mutagen. That's not bad. Is there a better option? This is a 2/2. This is a 3/3. This is better. A legendary creature, Michealangelo. Disappear. At the beginning of your end step, a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn. Put a +1/+1 counter on Michealangelo. How would a permanent leave... How would a permanent leave at the end of my turn? Oh, the unmatched TMNT. I was looking at that. I felt like it was overpriced. That's why I didn't do the unmatched. Also, I would go down the rabbit hole and want the Marvel and all that stuff. So I'm kind of glad they didn't do the Marvel adventures. I would have been in trouble. See, that's not a permanent either. How would a permanent leave my area during my turn? I guess is a question. Search for any number of target players may each search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield under their control, then shuffle. So I could get me another land for a future turn. Foliage is 4. I can't do him. And then I've had this one for a Slithering Cryptid. Creature, Fish Mutant. When this creature enters, create a mutagen token. Yeah, I'm good with that. I get a token just for putting him out. I'm good with that. So we'll do our 3 for there. Get our mutagen token. I don't have 1. I need 1 to sacrifice that. So I forgot that in the previous turn, but it had no effect. I was like, why does Leo only have 2 cards? Because he's had plenty of planes to draw. That's why. Permanent means any card token, permanent card would leave during your turn. Or I guess right now, right? So this right here is... I'd always thought it said the word permanent. So, okay, so yeah, so if I get rid of mutagen on my turn, then Mikey would get a +1/+1 plus the +1/+1 for that. So actually Mikey would turn into a 5/5. That's good. All right. So event card, another Foot Disciple. Event card, event, Villain Mayhem. As a team, the heroes choose 3 creatures they control, destroy each other creature. All right, so 1, 2, 3. So we have to destroy our token. Destroy our token. All right. All right, and then this is Foot Disciple is going to attack. It's a 3/3 attack. Actually, earlier, did I do that wrong? Did I do that wrong when it was a 2/2? If you have the equal, I shouldn't have discarded this card earlier, should I have? I think I messed that up. Right? If it's equal, it stays. It has to exceed to destroy. Because that's going to make my decision if I have the Cryptid defend. Or whether I have the Bird Brain defend, or I just get rid of my mechanized creature. Equal is enough to destroy. Okay, so equal will destroy. So I don't want him because he does 2 damage. Oh, and actually, in order to be able to block, I need to have flying. So actually, he has to block. All right, so we're losing Featherbrain again, but he doesn't do any damage back. So how do I get rid of these if these can't block? Because I can't target them. I can only target the boss. So I have to have a card like I had last time, which would destroy it. Oh, that sucks. I've done 0 damage to the boss. We're like we're 30 minutes in and I've done zero damage to the boss. I saw Dale the Casual Gamer. He beat the entire thing in 45 minutes. Oh, man. This might not be a game for me. Or just because of they didn't make it very entry friendly. All right. So, Action News Crew, Vigilance, Channel 6. Discard this card, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control, draw a card. So I have to boost up my cards. It's the only way I can get these guys to be able to do any damage. All right. Guess we're going to play the News Crew. Oh, no, we can do the last... These guys can't defend, right? No, we're going to do the last Ronin. So do last Ronin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, I don't have enough to do his sneak. Dang it, I wanted to do the sneak. Yeah, so we'll do the News Crew. For 2. Channel 6, I can't. So just Vigilance so it doesn't tap. That's all I can do. All right. It's that. I need to add flying. How do I add flying? Target player choosers can get puts 2 +1/+1 counters. Or do we do Michealangelo the Game Master? That'll put him as a 5/5. And this would make him a 4/5. I need flying. Could also do Foliage, which just keeps buffing because it adds a +1 each turn. Let's do Mikey. So we do Mikey for 3. Then we're going to use the 4th one to get rid of the mutagen. Gives us a +1/+1, and then because I got rid of that, it does another +1/+1. So we're at a +2/+2. All right. Then we're going to attack with this. These can't block, so that would take us down to 19. And then News Crew can't attack. And then the Slither Encrypted will attack for 2. Okay, we're at 17. We're on the board, guys. We're on the board. We're at 17. The problem is I have no flying, so I can't defend from those guys. Event. Separate boss cards and event. Oh, no. that's the cover. I shoveled that in. Why does that say event on the back? Oh, no, it doesn't. It says magic on the back. The dice color is very fitting. Oh, oh yeah, the green ones. Yeah, I grabbed the green ones out. These are my. Good thing I sleeved my cards. My drink just leaked all over my cards. Woo! Me and that bottle's been having troubles. All right, Foot Skirmisher, creature, flying. All right, so let's make sure we know that this guy's exhausted. Foot Disciple. Yay. They just keep coming. All right. So he's going to attack. I have nothing flying, so I can't defend. So I'm going to lose 3, 6. So that puts me at 8. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. 8 is... Where's my 8? This is why you need spin down dice. 9, 17, 8. Holy cow, Will. So we're down to 8. We're down to 8. They're at 17. And we have to do this 3 times. That's crazy. All right. Untap everything. All right. Draw for Leo. Got a land. Draw for Mikey. Got a Tyrannosaurus! But unfortunately, it's not a flying Tyrannosaurus. Since I can't do anything with these guys, I think I just very much have to just keep hitting them. I don't know how to get rid of these guys if I don't get a card that lets me. All right. So we can do Last Ronin this time. So we're going to do Last Ronin. We're going to tap 4. And then we're going to sneak tap 1. So that way we can create 3 ninja spirits. 1, 2, 3. Why? Because I've not read the comic book, but there is going to be a video game too. They are coming in tapped. And they are going to attack. These ones can't defend. This one can. It's a 1/1 defense. So this goes away. And that goes away. These 2 will go straight through. 1, 2. All right. And then we will attack. We just need to attack and attack, right? Because I can't defend from these guys. They're all flying. So we're just going to attack. There's no point in me not attacking. So we're going to attack for 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Got to get rid of Baxter. All right. Mikey has 4. Our big T-Rex needs 5. We do have the Mikey and Mona. Any number of players, search the library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield. I'm almost debating if I want to do that. Or do I do Michealangelo BFF? Each creature you control with a counter on it can't be blocked by more than 1 creature, which doesn't affect me right now. Michealangelo enters or attacks, create a mutagen token. Ooh, that needs 4. Yeah, let's get more Mikeys out. More Mikeys. So all 4. Whenever Mikey enters, we get a mutagen token. I don't have the power to discard that, so we're not going to do that, I guess. All right, and then this Mikey's going to attack. Nobody can defend. He is attacking for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then our Slithering Cryptid is going to attack for 2. And then this Mikey can't attack. So we've actually... is this Magic the Gathering solo? Well, two-handed solo-ish? This is a new set called Turtle Team Up. So it has bosses and an event deck that you play against. There were previous boss/events way back in the day for Magic. But this is the first one they've done for a while. The Hobbit will also have a team-up deck. So the new Hobbit set that's coming out will also. I don't know why they didn't do it for Marvel. My only assumption is Marvel, with how they do their licensing, did not want anything other than a Magic Versus game. So they weren't allowed. The Hobbit one. So now here's the only problem with that, Steve. And I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, I get the Hobbit one. There's no way to get the Lord of the Rings sets anymore. They're out of print. It's like if I get the Marvel, you can't really get Spider-Man. There's a couple small decks that have Spider-Man in them, but the Spider-Man sets are like really expensive and hard to get now. So, all right. First card, event. Romeri's Curse. Each hero returns X creatures they control to their hand, where the X is the number of bosses. All right, so there's only 1 boss, so we each have to return 1 creature to our hand. I'll return you. I will return you. That wasn't too bad. All right, event, Shredder's Challenge. Return 2 ninja cards at random from the boss graveyard to the battlefield under the boss's control. Oh, that sucks. Oh, and it's got that big one that we took out. Oh, I don't like him. There's only 1, return it to the battlefield. Well, there was only 2, so we're returning both of those to the battlefield. Is this considered the same as summoning? I guess Steve would have to tell me, right? Is this considered the same as summoning? When the card told me to put them under their control. I would have to think yes. There's no way they would do that and then make them attack me on this turn. All right. So all these guys are attacking. I have no flying, so I can't defend. So that's 3, 6, 9. I'm dead. That's it. I'm dead. That's the end of the game. Right? I mean, I'm playing flying right, Steve? I have to have flying to defend. Yeah. Wow. Okay, I should not have chosen him as my first boss. All right, we're going to fail forward. So we're going to pretend like we defeated him, just so we can go through at least one more boss. Unless you have reach. Nope. I don't see any cards with the word reach. Yeah, see, Shadow, that's what I was talking about. That's the problem with this one, is they did not give you a keyword guide. All right, so we're going to fail forward. These guys won't have flying anymore. Question is, when I fail forward, should I leave all this out here? I think it does say, I think anything that they have in play stays out there. Whenever boss reaches 0, immediately move to the next. When stage 1 is defeated, move to boss. Reveal 2 balls. Reveal 3 balls. Don't change anything else on the board. Okay. You don't change anything else on the board, just the boss. All right. So, we got Rocksteady. Whenever the boss attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each creature named Foot Disciple. So we're going to say that we're just going to come in with... We're going to roll the d20. We're coming in with 9, because the d20 said we get 9. The extra life d20 says we get 9. Whenever the boss attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each creature named Foot Disciple. So these guys are going to get stronger. Yay. Might get this set. I left my commander deck in the Philippines. Yeah, it's cheap, right? I don't know if it's still on sale. So Shadow, if you click the link, the Amazon link down below, I don't think I linked directly to the game, but search for this. I picked this up because it's $49. It was on sale for $39. I still felt like that wasn't a good deal. And then it went on sale for $29. I don't know if it's still on sale on Amazon, but if you click my Amazon link, then I get like 3 cents. So I appreciate the 3 cents. We'll buy Lucita a lollipop with the 3 cents. Whenever the boss attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each Foot Disciple. Okay, so playing Rocksteady and Bebop is a bad idea. So just for your reference, do not play Rocksteady and Bebop. I have made this game much harder for me than it needs to be. How is that unusual for me? It's not. It's not. All right. Untap everything. We're gonna keep going, guys. We're gonna fail forward, just so I can show you guys a little bit more. There's no way I'm making it to the 3. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have 6. All right. So we can do this channel. Discard this card. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control, which would include my turtle spirits. That wouldn't be bad. I don't think I want to do that now, though. So instead, we're going to do 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do this, which gives us a robot token. Then we are going to play this. Leo's Guidance. Put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 3 target creatures and untap them. So he has Summoning Sickness, so I can't attack with him. Here's my question. Oh, instant I can play it anytime. We're not going to play my instant yet. I want to attack and then play it. So, we're going to... What was that? 2? That was 2. We're tapping 2. Alright. And these came in. This has Summoning Sickness too, right? Because I just summoned it. So. Alright, so the boss will choose whatever is going to make the most get eliminated when he defends, when it defends. This is flying. I have nothing that does flying. Why does a turtle spirit not have flying? No matter what I attack, I'm losing something, they're losing nothing. So actually, do I want to attack? No, I don't think I do. All right, so that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and play it then. I was thinking, do I want to untap? So we're gonna put a 1/1 counter on up to 3 things. So 1, that gets me 3/3, which is enough to take him out. I guess it really doesn't matter the other ones. 2, 3. I'll do my turtle spirits. All right, so I'm guessing Donnie has blue deck and Raph is red. Yes. Yes. All right, so study the classics, put a 1/1 counter on target creature, then double the number of 1/1 counters on it. You gain life equal to the... Okay, so here's my healing, which would have been the next turn. So we're going to go ahead and we're definitely playing that. So that is 3. Put a 1/1 counter on a creature. So this will take Mikey up to 3. Then we are going to double the counters on it. So that takes him up to 6. So now he is a 9/9. He can basically take out everything. Oh, I could have actually done the mutagen. We're going to go ahead and use our mutagen on this Mikey. So that's a 1/1 on him. And then whenever he attacks, he's going to actually get another one. And then we get to heal life equal to the number of 1/1 counters on that creature. He has 6. So we get to heal 6, which puts us at 15. Yeah, we were 1 turn away from healing. That's what's crazy. All right, so we used all of our lands. Oh, I have no cards for Leo. I don't know if that's a good thing. All right, now what do we want to attack? We got to get rid of him. He does 6 damage. So Mikey can get rid of him. Oh, no, that's right. The boss is going to choose what's going to eliminate the most people or the most cards. So if these disciples are going to get stronger, so that's fine. So we're going to use Action News Crew. He's going to defend with whatever's going. He can't defend with that because that's... Oh, yeah. Well, this creature can't block. These creatures can't block. How do I get rid of them? I feel like something in this game is broken. If all of these can't block, then how do I get rid of them? I have to watch Dale's playthrough now. Because if none of these can block, then I can't attack any of them. Because it says when targeting, and this is in the FAQ, the small part of the actual... Can my creatures attack my opponent's creature directly? No, creatures can only attack players, not creatures. Creatures deal combat damage to one another when defending player uses a creature to block. In a co-op game, creatures attack bosses in place of players. And then in the boss section, it says whenever the boss team... No. Here. When blocked by 2 or more creatures, a boss team attacker assigns damage so that the greatest number of creatures dies. The boss team would need to choose which creature to die. The players decide instead. Yeah, I'm confused how I would ever get rid of these guys. Because they don't block. And they're just going to get stronger. That's a good question. Why would they block if they... Oh, because that's their hit points, basically. It's 3 to defeat them. All right, well, I don't know what to do then. All right, so I guess we'll have Game Master Mikey attack, and the only one he can attack is this one because it's the only one that can block. No, this creature can't block. I'm so confused. How did they get flying? This one has flying by default. The previous game, Baxter provided the flying. It was his ability for that particular round. But all of these say they can't block. So how do I get rid of them? I have to block them, I guess. Right? The only way to get rid of them is me blocking them. Oh, well, that sucks. Okay, so I need to keep somebody that can attack 3 to block. So I guess we'll do our news crew to block him. And then this is flying, so nothing I can do about him. And then these 3 need 3, which I don't have. I got 2. I'm trying to debate how much I want to put into the boss and how much I want to come into me. So this is 5. So I'll get rid of 1 of those. These are 2, so they would stop damage, but I would lose them. They wouldn't take out any of them. So I think I'm going to keep this to block. And this to block. So I'll lose this, but I won't lose Mikey. Or no, I lose my tokens, I guess. I guess that's the key, right? You lose your tokens. Yeah. That's the whole point of tokens. Oh, they're 2 2s. I want them to do more damage. All right, no. I made these 2 2s for a reason. So we're going to attack 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to use this Mikey for 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These guys are going to get stronger because of this. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, so basically I have to block them to defeat them. Okay. I think maybe that's how I got rid of him last time, because I think I blocked him and then did the damage to him. All right. Karai's planning. The heroes lose 3 life and the bosses gain 3 life. All right. Then, villain infiltration. As a team, the heroes choose a creature with the greatest power among the creatures they control. And they destroy it. Hang on, is that... So whenever it says with the greatest power, that includes your tokens, right? Your +1/+1 tokens? That would include that? I'm assuming, so it would be this Michealangelo, not this one. Oh, I forgot, this Michealangelo gets a +1. So I want to attack with that so that way I get the Mutagen token. Yeah, it should. All right. And summoning a sickness affects blocking too, right? So, boss attacks. This one attacks here. Yeah, so we lost Mikey. And then you can block even if you just summon. Okay, so this one was there. This one was there. This one is there. This one will just take the damage because we can't block from them anyways. This one is here, and we take him out. All right. We have nothing but tokens. All right. So, that's all we got for Leo. All right. Ragamuffin Raptor. I expected more pizza. There is a pizza in one of the decks. I don't remember what it is, and it's like a guacamole marshmallow pizza. David, guacamole marshmallow pizza. All right, so all we got for Leo is my equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has, whenever this creature deals combat damage, untap it, you gain 2 life. Whenever a ninja you control enters, you may attach this equipment to it. Equip 2. 2 attached to a target creature you control. Equip only as a sorcery. Okay, so I can pay 1 to attach it to something that's already out, or I can pay 2 to attach it when I put a ninja into play. So it says equipped creature. It doesn't say it has to be my equipped creature, right? Can I attach it to Mike? I'm going with like yes, right? Just says equipped creature. Doesn't say it has to be my creature. This is co-op. I'm going to say yes. All right, so we're attaching that to Mikey. Mikey has some swords. All right, so he's +1/+1, so we'll just go ahead and take this up to a 2 so we know it. We're going to bring out our big boy. Can I bring out my big boy? How much do I have? 1, 2, 3, I have 4. So no, I cannot bring out my big boy yet. We cannot bring out our dinosaur. We can do our cryptid, though, for 3. Right? Oh, sorry. When the boss attacked, all of these guys should have gotten a 1. That's really why those I needed to take those out, but I didn't have the things to take them out, because now they are a 4/4. Yeah. So bring out our Slithering Cryptid. He creates a mutagen. We're going to spend our mutagen to make Mikey a 3/3. So now he is a 7. All right. Then we're going to attack with Mikey. So Mikey's going to attack for 7. Takes him down to 3. So if you can get the big hit, you're good. Yeah, since it's called... Yeah, I noticed that some say target and some say your. So I'm thinking if it doesn't specify your creature, I'm going with it. It's co-op, right? All right. So that was that. That's all I can do. Okay, event card number 1. Event, Baxter's Experiments. Copy the next event the boss play. Put this card beside the event deck. After the next event's in play, put this card into the discard. Oh, so whatever this is, it's going to happen twice. Villain Mayhem. As a team, the heroes choose 3 creatures they control. I only have 2, 3, 4, and get rid of the rest. So we're losing a turtle spirit. And then we have to do that again, but there's only 3, so we're actually good. All right. Now they're going to attack. They are 4/4s now. So we're going to have this one attack here. We'll have this one attack here. Yeah. Nope, they're still there. So hang on, is it whenever the boss attacks? Ooh, I wonder if that's supposed to happen first. Actually, this would have gone up by 2. So it's when they attack. So it's during the attack step, right? Good thing they don't have trample. Yeah. So where's my steps? Begin of combat step. Declare attackers. Declare blockers. Okay, so actually on that last round, luckily, I mean, they defeated everything they defeated. So at the beginning of the attack, they would have added 2 more. So these are all up to 4. All right, so we did these 2. This one here is going to do 7 damage, 8, 9. So we're down to 1. We're down to 1 hit point. We should be able to get him on the next turn, but that would be, if we had to go through the third round, which I'm not going to, if we had to get through the third round, then there's no way we would survive. All right, so untap Mikey, because Mikey by himself is going to be able to take out the boss. One card for Leo. Guess we'll go ahead and put into play, because that's all we got. Definitely not a turtle creature, mutant turtle. When this creature dies, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a land or legendary turtle from among them, put them in your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your deck. That's kind of neat. He is a 3/2 creature. So, really doesn't matter what I play, because, again, Mikey's going to attack, and Mikey will defeat them. Then we would go ahead and go to the third. I'm not going to do that. Just, again, this is my lunchtime stream, because Dale did it in 45 minutes. I figured I could, but I didn't know any of the rules, so struggled. Glad Steve and Shadow and all you guys were in the chat to at least help me with the rules. Maybe I'll play it again. There are 2 other turtles, so if you guys want to see it again, let me know in the comments. There are 2 other turtles, and there are a bunch more bosses. But what I was going to have for my final battle, let's see if this would even have been possible. Whenever a creature the boss controls dies, the heroes lose 1 life. That's not good. Whenever a creature oh, so they do the same thing. Now that's weak sauce. So we're about to do my first impressions. I'm going to talk about that. The bosses play an additional card each turn. That's not good. At the start of the boss turn, the bosses lose 2 life. Okay, well that's good. So while we would be losing health, they would be losing health too. So I would lose 2 health, they would lose 2 health. It would kind of be a wash. So we're going to go ahead and do our first impressions though, which are probably not going to be very, probably not going to be very good. There we go, guys. So that is the new team up mode. More, hopefully you get an idea of how it plays. Not that I played well at all. But as for my first impression, first thing is the components. The components are horrible. Like literally, the components are horrible. I'm not going to sugarcoat that at all. And this is why I said the starter box for Marvel is better. They gave you these cute little thematic things. They're just cheap, thin cardboard. This isn't even good cardboard. When I was ripping them out, like it keeps so much of the leftover and even rips. This, I did a black edging on it just because it's got all these little things. It's just bad. I mean, this is your ball tracker. I don't mind this. This is okay. It's just the cheap material that it's made out of. And then same thing, what they wanted you to use, right, for your tracker tokens are these little thin ones, which I know they do, but like, again, for 50 bucks, which is what they originally were selling this as, these should have been nicer tokens, right? Even a heavier stock. Your hit points, they wanted you to track with little, here's for David. You expected more pizza. There's your pizza, David. But again, I guess you use that to move, and then you have, the hit points in this makes no sense because it's 1, 1, 2, and then I think 3, 4. So they did it across, I guess, but it's just weird. And then there's like slash marks. I was thinking, oh, maybe the slash marks, because then you go to 7 way up here, and then 8 comes down here. So it's like they tried to do it like you're reading. It's just, these are bad. They're bad. The Marvel one comes with a D20. Comes with a spin down, 2 spin down D20s. They should have done that for the price of this one. You do get some extra packs. Now, for the card art, I like the card art. For the thematic, which I'll get down to the bottom, I don't like that the hero decks have villain cards in them. I get that the card pool is very limited, but with Marvel, they did a slightly better job because they put like all the villains, I think, in swamps, right? And then the heroes are mostly in all the other colors. But then they have got some, I think, heroes in swamps as well because of like, I think Black Widow and stuff like that is in swamp because of espionage and stuff and secrecies. But yeah, I'm not a fan of like the bad guys in it thematically, but the art's great. I don't know where they pulled the art from. I like the art. The artist names are on the bottom. But yeah, so that I don't mind. The card backs I get because you're allowed to use these in regular Magic. So they've got the Magic back. I would have liked turtle backs. That's a me thing. They did put backs on the event cards. I didn't realize originally I'd actually sleeve these in gray. And the boss cards have a nice back. So that's that. The most egregious thing in this entire thing for components is this. This is not a rules book, and actually it doesn't even say it's a rules book. So in this, it says you want to stop, you want to learn how to play the game, go somewhere else. But the problem is this is not a video of how to play this game. This is a video of how to play Magic the Gathering. This, again, should have been sold as an introductory product, right? For people that want to get into Magic and don't necessarily want to go right into a versus mode. I mentioned at the very beginning, the reason I stopped playing is there are way too many. The majority, I hate to say this, the majority of Magic players are tryhards. They want to try way too hard and want to take you out as quickly as possible, right? In here, they even kind of encourage that because there is a did you win or not section. And they basically want you to beat the game in 6 turns. 6 turns. Like, that's not possible. How do you beat the game in 6 turns? Because that means going through 60 hit points. That means you're doing 20 hit points a turn, meaning each one of your turtles would need to do 10 damage apiece. Now, maybe at a 3-player or 4-player, because then you've got more going. But again, that's not good the way they show that in there. For the actual gameplay, the only thing they have for gameplay is right here, saying how the boss's turn works. And then they do have a little bit in the back of parts of a turn. So it kind of at least has a turn order. I would have preferred that at least on the back, so you could use it as a reference. But this is not a rule book. It does not teach me how to play Magic. There are keywords. Again, I appreciate Shadow and Steve being out in chat, because I didn't know what half these keywords were because of the same problem. And even Pokemon, a lot of them have this, is they don't put what it means on every card. So if I get lucky and get this Vigilance first, I remember this as Vigilance, if I remember that it's Vigilance. But once I discard it, I might not remember what Vigilance means. And that actually happened. I asked, what is Vigilance? I actually had a card that said Vigilance that told me, but again, keywords are a big deal in a lot of these games. So for coming in as a new player again, right? Because I honestly, I don't think I've played Magic since, I probably haven't played Magic in 15 years, probably close to that. Because I remember playing it when I was in the call center, and I've been in my current job over 15 years. But yeah, that's the components. I mean, I don't mind. It's Magic. You expect what you expect with the cards. The art's great, right? The graphics design is your standard Magic graphics design, easy to understand. Your lands, you know, they do get unique art, so you have that. I know for the regular set, there are full art cards, which I think would be better for me, at least thematically, because the stupid tree means nothing to me. The forest means nothing to me as a turtle. But yeah, so that's the components. Long diatribe just about the components. The mechanics. So the main mechanics of Magic are still here. So if you like Magic and you like that system of spending resources to play cards, that's there. The defense and the attacking is still there. So if you like that, you're going to like this. I don't mind it. It is a okay system. I just don't know the system well enough. And I don't want them to adjust this game so much that it's not Magic, because again, like I said, that would impact players getting into Magic. But I think they could have tweaked it a bit. I know that they make starter games where they have slimmed down some of the text and the cards that they put inside of it. So that is possible that they could have done that instead. The secondary mechanics are the event cards and the event deck. I think they work. They serve the purpose of what you need them to be able to do, either bringing out baddies or doing an event. Are they detrimental? Are they hard? Yeah. Are any of the bosses maybe easier? Maybe. The only problem is the variety, right? I kind of saw the words on some of these bosses are the exact same. I said I was going to mention this in the first impressions. So some of the bosses do the exact same thing. So while you think, oh, I have variety because I have multiple of these particular villains, you really don't. The variety would be is if you happen to pull one during one round and one during the other round, then you have those two things as your powers, right? The boss's powers. But no, I mean, it's fine. I think it works as what it needs to do. So the starter for 2 players still works better. Oh, Cloud versus Sephiroth. If you're wanting a versus game, and I think that's the key difference here, right, with the mechanics, is this is a co-op, solo/co-op game. For me and Oddity now, we don't play many versus games anymore. We don't play Pokemon anymore. But like Radlands, we called Radlands for charity. Whenever a game comes in that has a co-op versus a versus mode, we're normally playing the co-op mode now, right? And it's just because of our, well, I don't want to say I have a better skill level. It's because of the, you see, does not happy about something. The skill level difference between me and her, sometimes I can see things and see combos that she can't. So I don't even know if she doesn't necessarily have fun. I don't have fun playing against a player like that. And that's why I don't understand the Magic tryhards that just want to blast away somebody in 2 turns and think that that's fun. It's like, you got other issues in life. So yeah, the Cloud versus Sephiroth, I would say, for starters, if you're saying for like newcomers that want to play Magic, yes, any of your 2-player starters. Marvel has the starter one. It's the other one I've talked about, right, that you can get for like $25 right now. Again, link down below to Amazon, and just search for the Marvel starter set. It has a smaller deck. It's in a very specific order, and it tells you to play it in that order, right? It says play it this way. These decks look like they were pre-shuffled, but the rulebook doesn't say your first game, don't shuffle these, right? Play them in this order. It doesn't say that. There's no tutorial aspect to this. And I think that's where you're talking about. If it's good for starters, I can't say, right? Co-op, though, in my opinion, is better for starting because you can teach the other player the rules without not having to teach them rules, if that makes sense, right? Because some people would be like, oh, I'm playing versus, I'm just going to tell you a couple things that you need to know, but not enough for you to beat me on your first game, right? Whereas this, because it's co-op, you could work together and do that. The difficulty. So the difficulty of running the boss is nothing, right? You're just flipping cards. The difficulty of learning the game due to the lack of a proper rulebook is high, right? It took me way too much time to figure out how to play this because I didn't understand the rules. The difficulty of the setup, I think, is a little bit higher than I would prefer for a entry box. But again, I don't know what they were marketing this box as. To me, they were marketing this box to me. It's a nice little team up box. It's an all-inclusive game. It's a single system. It doesn't feel like that, right? So the difficulty, I think, is really going to come down to your experience and knowledge with Magic. If you're an experienced Magic player, this is going to be an easy game for you. No problem. If you are a new player, that difficulty level is going to be a little bit higher because you're going to have to get over that and learn, well, Magic and how Magic plays. Fun at 2. I think this would be fun at 2. I had no problem running it solo. Like I said, you'd be able to help and cooperate with each other. The rules don't specifically say, but example, like when I added the katana to Mikey, right? I think that's cool. You get to do that type of thing. There is no true solo. There is no way to just play one turtle versus the boss. However, I could probably say just give yourself 10 hit points, give the boss 10 hit points. Maybe not, right? Because they come out swinging for 9 at a turn. I don't know if you'd be able to do that. At 3 or 4, I have seen there's a couple playthroughs, people that did 3 or 4. I didn't watch any of them because I hate to say it, there's tons of Magic channels out there, but none of them seem to have the quality of filming that board game channels have. It's very weird, the difference. Like they still look like they're being made like home movies. Even the Magic the Gathering one looked like it was like an old school home movie filmed thing. It's crazy. But I don't know if it would play, how it would play at 3 or 4. Everything is supposed to be simultaneous. Of course, I can't do simultaneous because I'm controlling both characters, but it is all supposed to be simultaneous. So I think that would probably speed up the game a little bit. The only difference is like when you get to the attack phase, you do have to wait for the attack phase, right? Because you don't want to go in there and just start attacking when somebody else was setting up for an attack as well. So there, you would need more open communication. It does say in the rulebook, so again, the rulebook has a little bit, it does say that you can play your cards face up in the FAQ if you want, or you can show people what you have to try to help make plans. You might run into an alpha gamer problem. That could happen. Appreciate the negative in the first impressions. I always give negatives. I'm never going to sugarcoat it. Last thing is the theme. And again, the reason I picked this up, right? I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I didn't pick up the unmatched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was mentioned in the chat, because I felt like it was overpriced. Even at $50, I felt like this was overpriced, right? I waited till it was on sale at Amazon for $30. $40 was still overpriced for me. $30, now seeing what the $25 Marvel box is, I feel like is pushing it. Because the Marvel box, you get 2 starter decks of, I think, 20 cards, I think. And then you get, I think, you get a couple, I forget what they call them, but they're basically like mix-in packs. But you get a bunch of those too. So I would imagine you probably end up with you probably end up with like 2 60-card decks, maybe. Or Avatars is, yeah. So Avatar one, it's the same, I think it's the same type of box as the Marvel boxes. But yeah, so I like the theme. I already talked about the theme disconnect just because of the villains being in your heroes' decks. That feels kind of weird. I imagine the commander decks are the same way. Could you use the commander decks in this? Yes. Could you open these packs of cards and add them and mix things up? Yes. That is fully customizable, fully able to be done. Or you just pick it up as a single set. Would I like a different theme? Maybe. Like, if it's Marvel, would it change anything? Probably not. I mean, I've got a bunch of good Marvel card games. I'll probably have to play this one more time before I decide if I want to get the Marvel set. Because I mentioned at the beginning, if I get the Marvel set, that little $25 set, I'm going to proxy the old co-op modes, the old solo co-op modes, and see if I can run those. Because one of them is actually a Hydra, which just makes perfect sense for Marvel, right? And that's why I feel like they could have reprinted that old Hydra mode in Marvel, and it would have probably worked seamlessly, right? And it would have, people would have done it. That would have been the team up mode for the Marvel set. Again, Wizards, what are you doing? Again, it has to be that Marvel said no, right? They just wanted it to be a versus game versus a co-op game. Because maybe FFG has the rights to a cooperative game for Marvel. Because Legendary, as much as you play a cooperative, is actually semi-co-op. So, I don't know, somebody would have to let me know, is there any other Marvel card game that is co-op? Like pure co-op. Not semi-co-op, not versus, I don't know. And pure card game as well. Just check the katana. It wasn't supposed to be attached to Mikey for free. It would be 3 cost, white, and 2 to equip. So, the quintessential katana is a 1, right? And then it's equipment. Yeah, this is poorly worded then. Because it says equip. Whenever the creature deals damage, untap it and gain 2 life. Oh, I would have actually healed when he attacked that last time. If this is supposed to be equipped. But then it says, then there's a next section. It says, whenever a ninja you control enters, you may attach this equipment to it. And then it says for equip, you have to do 2. And then 2, attach equipment to target creature you control, equip only as a sorcery. Because Mikey's already in the field. So it costs the 1 and then the 2. But then I'm wondering why they put that stupid text in the middle. Whenever a ninja enters, you can also equip it. Like, that should be under the equip cost, right? I would think. Yeah. Again, small rules things. Well, and then here, the equip actually says to a creature you control. So if that's the case, if this equip condition has to be met, or the equipped creature, and it has nothing to do with whenever the ninja enters play, then I couldn't have attached it to Mikey anyways. It would have had to have been attached to one of Leo's characters. So, which means that I definitely lost. I lost to begin with, and I completely lost the second one then too. There we go, guys. Last thing I want to mention again is there are 4 packs of cards that came in this box. I will be putting these up for Culling for Charity. So you will pay, or not pay, you'll make a $20 donation to Extra Life, and I will send out 4 packs of cards, basically. Yeah. Extra Life Charities, Children's America Network. There is always a link in the chat. David usually throws it in there, and well, Streamlabs throws it every now and then. But there's always a link down below to Extra Life Charities. Every donation greatly helps the kids at Children's America Network hospitals. Sick and injured kids need your help, including their families. So we definitely appreciate the amount we've gotten this year. We've already done the $1,000. So Galactus back there is going to get some more bling. So Galactus says thank you. But yeah, we thank you as well. Because Mikey is already in the field. Oh, okay. So, yeah, that needs clarified. So if a ninja comes into play, I can just equip this to it by paying the 1 cost. But if something's already in the field, then I have to play the 1 cost and the 2 cost. I'm going to play the other 2 turtles. Yeah, I think I'm going to play the other 2 turtles before I throw this up for culling. Because again, I need to know more about it. I do have the Magic Arena app, so maybe I'll play the Arena app a couple times to kind of get a better feel. Because yeah, just there's so much that is confusing because I've never played. And again, I hate to harp on the rules. The rules don't explain what to do. Like, it doesn't say how defending works. It doesn't say how the attack points and the defense points work. It doesn't say that these guys are flying, or they say do not defend. So therefore, like, there should be an example that says, okay, these creatures can't defend because all of them can't defend. That the only way you get rid of them by letting them attack you. Oh, so you can put an artifact into field without attaching. Okay. So you pay the 1 to put it into the field, and then you can attach it to the ninja when it enters, or pay the 2 to attach it to... But again, it would be a creature you control, so I wouldn't have been able to go to Mikey. Although I am the same player, and I'm controlling all these creatures. I think that's something else. There's probably some rules ambiguity around the co-op. I would imagine no. Because I don't think... Let me look at the map if it shows this as separate control areas. Yeah, so it does show separate control areas. So we each have our own control area. Yeah, each player chooses a turtle, removes 5 double-sided tokens. Yeah. Yeah. I'll go to your place so I can control the second player. Yeah, okay, sure. I keep inviting people down for Dice Tower East, so, you know, that's what it is. Lucita is not happy right now. It is lunchtime, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Appreciate it for coming out, helping me out with the rules. Again, I'll probably do this again next week. I'll just throw it up next week, play the other 2 turtles before I put the $25 down for the Marvel one, and then create a whole bunch of proxy stuff for that. But if anybody has any suggestions, always appreciate them down in the comments once this video gets published. I'm going to get out of here and figure out what's going on with Lucita. So until next time, guys, peace.